We are here to present African American innovators, past and present. Louis Latimer. Latimer was born in Chelsea, Massachusetts on September 4, 1848. He was the youngest of 4 children born to George and Rebecca Latimer, who had escaped slavery in Virginia 6 years before his birth. Latimer's deep knowledge of both patents and electrical engineering made him an indispensable partner to Thomas Edison as he promoted and defended his light bulb design.
George Washington Carver. Though he was born a slave, George Washington Carver became one of the most highly regarded botanists of his day. He completed his botanical studies degree at Iowa State Agricultural College and was then hired to run Tuskegee Institute's agricultural department. Carver quickly gained international attention for his work. He taught revolutionary crop rotation methods, developed a mobile classroom that allowed him to teach farmers on site, and researched new uses for existing crops. Much of this research focused on peanuts. In fact, Carver uncovered more than 100 uses for peanuts, sweet potatoes, and soybeans.
Madam C.J. Walker. Madam C.J. Walker was born on December 23, 1867, on a cotton plantation in Louisiana and became wealthy after inventing specialized hair products for African American hair, such as the hot comb hair pomade. She established Madam C.J. Walker Laboratories and was also known for her philanthropy. She was the first African American woman to become a self-made millionaire.
In 1914, Garrett Morgan patented a breathing device in the form of a canvas hood, a precursor to the modern gas mask. He also invented the first automatic 3-way traffic signal system, which he eventually sold to General Electric.
Marie Van Britton Brown was the inventor of the first home security system. She is also credited with the invention of the first closed-circuit television. The patent for the invention was filed in 1966. And it later influenced modern home security systems that are still used today. Brown's invention was inspired by the security risk that her home faced in the neighborhood where she lived in Queens, New York. She worked as a nurse, and her husband, Albert Brown, worked as an electronic technician.
Gerald J. Ronson was an American electric engineer and one of the few African-American engineers in the video game industry in the 1970s. He's known for his work in designing the Fairchild Channel F video game console, as well as the pioneering commercial video game.
Twister Bath was the first African-American eye doctor.
She was also the first female doctor to receive a medical patent.
She invented a laser treatment for cataracts in 1986.
Okay, we're done.
Ian Guy Bluford. After training at Williams Air Force Base, Ian Guy Bluford flew 144 combat missions during the Vietnam War. From there, he got his master's degree and PhD and set his sights on NASA. Not only was Ian Bluford the first African-American man to travel into space, but he went up giggling, literally, for a very long time.
Lonnie G. Johnson. One day in 1982, Lonnie G. Johnson, an aerospace engineer who grew up in Mobile, Alabama, was at home brainstorming. He wanted to create a refrigerator that ran on water rather than ozone layer depleting chemicals. While tinkering in the bathroom with some vinyl tubing and a homemade metal nozzle, Mr. Johnson made a discovery that led him to create one of the world's most popular toys, the Super Soaker. Instead of a simple water pump used in squirt guns at the time, his design used a large air pump to create a more powerful stream. The patent was approved in 1986.
Dr. Mark Dean joined IBM in 1980 as an engineer while he worked to receive his master's degree in electrical engineering from
Florida Atlantic University. He quickly became a major player at IBM, eventually holding 3 of the company's 9 original patents. In addition to working as chief engineer for that team that developed the original home computer, Dean received his PhD in electrical engineering from Stanford. He's also responsible for developing the color PC monitor and the first gigahertz chip.
Kimberly Breath is an African-American electrical engineer who worked in the biotechnology field. In 2011, Bryant founded Black Girls Code, a training course that teaches basic programming concepts to Black girls who are underrepresented in technology careers.
Kalia Braswell fell in love with computer programming in 4th grade. While in college, Braswell started a nonprofit organization in tech, whose mission is to get more girls involved in technology through hands-on learning at camps. This ends our presentation. We will continue to honor the past and inspire the future at Highview School.